An error occurred.
What?
It says an error occurred. Oh no, we're
Well,
live.
No, we're live.
Well, here we
We're
go.
live.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Good
skip it.
intro. Jeez. Rookie? Come on, rookie.
Hey, guy's been out of town for a couple of days. They throw that frickin' daylight whatever time in there, and it's crazy.
Do you think we should keep the standard time, daylight savings time?
It doesn't matter to me. So now I'm getting it. Are we live or are we not live? It says an error occurred. Wait a moment. Try again.
I don't know. I got live at 42
We're not on
seconds.
We're not on X is what we're not on right now. So we'll have to go live on X because that's where most of our viewers come from is X.
So we got to shut this off and start over.
No, we'll go with it.
Did you go live on X?
I think I was on X on my phone, so that's why I wasn't letting me go live here. Does that make sense?
So are we live on X now?
We are.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I think we are. We'll find
We had
out.
we had a cool toy we were going to play with, and Chad decided to take the weekend off and spend time with his family.
Yeah, we need to really hire somebody to do all that stuff for us. You know, now that our intern's off in college, what do we do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So what's going on? I'm telling you, buddy. I was in Soccer City all weekend long. So you kept sending me some stuff. It seems like Detroit missed out on Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, and now they're going to miss out on Trey Hendrickson too.
Yeah, you never know about Trey Hendrickson, but I know Green Bay missed out on the two big wide receivers.
Is that what they were looking?
Green Bay said that they were definitely going to get one of the two big, either Devontae Adams. I think they were pushing for Devontae Adams to bring him back, is what I heard.
So I was chatting with some fathers on the sideline over the weekend, and is Devontae Adams washed up, or can he still ball?
I think he's still ball.
Is he? Okay. 31. You know, Vikings.
You can catch the ball, you can catch the ball.
True. That's true. Vikings kind of surprised me giving Jones a 2-year deal. I'm guessing it's the Vikings giving Aaron Jones that 2-year deal.
Oh, Aaron Jones, yeah.
Yeah. Which leads me to believe they're going to draft a running back. is what that tells me, Nolan.
But don't you have 2 or 3 other running backs already there? I don't think they're going to draft one.
I don't think Chandler's the number. Akers isn't the guy, or Akins or whatever. I'm off the Cam Akers bus, buddy.
Are you?
Yeah.
You finally jumped off that.
Well, it was the only thing we had for a while, my man. So it's like you gotta ride it, you know. You gotta ride it. But there's that. So
yeah, one of the big moves I sent you was Adams, obviously, to the Rams. I think with Stafford staying there, I think Rams are going to be pretty decent next year.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay.
They'll be back in the playoffs. Yep.
They were pretty decent this year.
They took care of the Vikings.
They did.
You know, they did.
And again, let's go back to Twitter. Freaking our good buddy Dan Orlovsky said, "Hey, I called this a couple months ago," but he said like 7 different receivers going to the Rams to replace Cooper Kupp.
Orlovsky is, it was kind of funny because they had a little segment with Orlovsky and Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
And when Rappaport was talking, they had like the 3 screens.
Mm-hmm.
And Orlovsky was just like he was just like wanted to butt in, but it's just like Rappaport's like breaking all the news, and Orlovsky like. So I think he goes off of, he's kind of like a majority of the people, they see it on X, and sometimes he runs with it.
Yep.
And he doesn't change his cue until
it's passed.
Until that person signs somewhere else. Yeah, I knew he was going to sign over there. And whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But we're going to talk about a bunch of quarterbacks today, where they're going. We're going to predict where they're going.
Okay.
And a pretty good list of quarterbacks. And I'll quickly run those down for you. Daniel Jones, I'm going to start off with him.
Okay.
Because I think he's Mr. Irrelevant in this whole free agency situation.
Okay. Right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You got Sam Darnold.
Yep.
You have Russell Wilson.
Sure.
You have Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, okay.
And, he's another one of those. And you've got Justin Fields.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? You want to start with the?
We have JJ McCarthy too.
Oh, he's a Viking.
Is he though? Will he be traded on draft day? Will he be traded?
Who do you want to start with? Which quarterback you want to call first?
I want to start with Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yeah. So I am predicting. I've seen a little bit of scuttle on X. So I mean, I'm like Dan Orlovsky. I feed into a lot of this.
You do.
But I've seen a lot of Rodgers to Minnesota stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think with the signing of Metcalf, I think that he's going to Pittsburgh to bring the Steelers a shot at a Super Bowl. I thought Russell Wilson because of Metcalf, but I don't think there was much. I don't know why Chad's doing that, but I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That will be announced later on this morning.
I have the same team as you, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was talking with some people on Saturday about the Rodgers to Minnesota, and they're like, no, that's not going to happen. There's no way that could happen. There's no way that could happen.
It could.
It could, and it still might. But
if Fields stays in Pittsburgh, then I think that opens the door for Rodgers to Minnesota. But.
So if they sign Rodgers, if the Vikings sign Rodgers, and just take he's a dick and all that away, how does his season go, Nolan? For real.
I think he'll have a good season. I think I think he'll put up probably better numbers than Darnold.
Okay.
But Darnold had a pretty good season with that. And you got to
just a pretty good season.
Yeah, you got to factor in age. You got to factor in a lot of things because he slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah. So that's what I was talking with these guys that I was talking to on Saturday. I'm like, he's not a Tom Brady. Like when Tom Brady was 41, Rodgers is 41. He doesn't eat guacamole ice cream. He doesn't. Yeah. He takes mushrooms. He sits back and goes on darkness retreats. So I'm with you. I think he's going to go to the Steelers. He's got two good receivers there now. Pickens and Metcalf going there. I see him as a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's what I do.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to Mr. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
I've changed my tune.
Okay, well, we've kind of talked over the weekend. I know we weren't talking live, but we kind of text back and forth.
Well, I texted you at 11:07 p.m. on, was it Saturday night or Friday night?
I think it was Friday night.
You didn't respond to me. Then all of a sudden the next day you shot me the same thing that you go, Darnold's going to Seattle. I'm like, I said that last night. But I'm jumping off that bandwagon. Sam Darnold is not going to Seattle. He is going to be a Tennessee Titan by noon today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you had him going to New York. And that other text. I still have him going to Seattle. I do. I think they're saying that they're going full rebuild mode. Well, Seattle's still got a pretty good receiver in that Jackson Jumby Smith or whatever his name is.
Najigba.
I think, I still think
they got rid of Metcalf and Lockett, and
Metcalf's a step slower. Lockett's a step slower. These are guys.
I don't think Lockett's a step slower. He's going to be faster than you until he's 70.
Well, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But it's time to get fresh blood in there. So Darnold's going to Seattle. That's my guess.
Okay. Let's touch on Russell Wilson.
I don't know why. But to me, I woke up and I said, Russell Wilson is going to be a New York Jet. I just think that
you got half of my pick right. As soon as you went to New York, I'm like, you're going to pick the Giants.
No, I got somebody else going to the Giants. I think Wilson's going to go to the Jets because they still got that good defense. They've got a couple good receivers still there. He's going to the Jets. So
I do have him going to New York, but he's going to be going to the Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's. I'm going to let you go with Daniel Jones here because I'm torn on this one. To me, he's not a top free agent, but they're starting to treat him like one the last couple of days. So where is Daniel Jones going to go?
So former number one pick. I think he stays with the Vikes. I really do. I got him and the Vikings. They didn't sign him just to sign him last year. I think they saw something in him, and so I think they will give him some sort of contract. He'll compete for the starting job.
Yep.
JJ will win out, but I'm okay with a Daniel Jones as a backup quarterback for your team. I mean,
yeah. I'm seeing Jones to Minnesota as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
You want me to say where I think Fields
No,
is going?
I'll tell you because you already took this team. You already got another quarterback going there. I think Justin Fields is going to the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people were saying he was going to stick with the Steelers, but I don't think
because of the Metcalf thing. I thought,
yeah,
no, I don't think that's gonna.
That's not a good situation for him.
I think Pittsburgh's washed their hands of Wilson and Fields.
Yeah.
I think they did their 1 year, but
I'm saying Tennessee. If it wasn't Tennessee, these last two guys, Fields and Garoppolo, you could switch the teams for me because I got Garoppolo going to the Giants as a backup because the Giants are going to draft a quarterback and start him right away. But you could, if the Giants don't get the quarterback they want, they'll grab Fields. But I'm still leaning Fields towards Tennessee. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I'm going Fields to the Jets.
Okay.
And that's all I got to say on that.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't even. Yeah. I think Fields goes to the Jets. That sets up Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm seeing Garoppolo in blue, and he'll be an Indianapolis Colt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think the Colts are going to give up on Richardson yet.
I think this is the veteran they're going to bring into, because I think Seattle is in rebuild mode, and they're going to trade up and draft a quarterback.
You think they are?
They might not even have to trade up, really, but
Right. Where did you have Darnold going? Tennessee?
Yep.
That's interesting, too. And I think I said that a couple weeks ago.
See, I was throwing out all my BS to you over the weekend to get your mind going, and I thought, yeah.
Yeah. So we had one pick the same. Rodgers
to Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah. Could you see? I could see Darnold in Seattle. I could see Darnold in Tennessee.
Yeah, I could see Darnold in
Can
a
you
couple
see
of those
Fields
places.
in Tennessee?
No, I don't see Fields in Tennessee. That would be an odd look. I just looked at Darnold. I think he needs to have. I could see him going to a team that's already got pieces in place. I mean, Seattle, you've just taken away two of their best wide receivers.
Okay.
Tennessee,
So
I
I'll just
think there's enough there.
Here. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Looking up some things. Oh, the Vikings signed their punter. They're keeping him.
I seen that. Yeah.
Quezzy's cooking, buddy.
He's cooking. Yeah, Quezzy's cooking. Quezzy hasn't. Quezzy's got a pot roast in the oven that hasn't even turned the oven on yet. So, Khalil Mack is staying with the Chargers.
Staying with the Chargers. J.C. Horn, who a lot of people thought was going to be a. Yep. J.C. Horn staying with the Panthers. Signed a huge contract there. Stephen A. Smith is staying with ESPN. He got a huge contract, so he's not going to join Know the Score with Decker and Dix.
No. Quezzy, they're starting to people a little upset that he hasn't got an extension yet. Do you think that's a big deal?
No.
I didn't think it was either. It's
He'll
like,
get it.
just because O'Connell, I think did more for the team than Quezzy did. Obviously, Quezzy brought in some guys, but you don't have Kevin O'Connell. Quezzy doesn't have a job probably. So
I agree. Yeah, I think that tandem of those two work pretty well together. I think Quezzy and KOC like each other a lot, even though there's people out there on X that try to say that they don't, but they do.
Yep.
So, am I froze up, Nolan? I have this.
No,
am I froze?
You are. Nope, you're moving. Your lips are on with your words, and am I froze?
Well, I'm getting some weird feedback off my computer.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I don't know.
Like every once in a while, you go.
Oh,
Okay.
Maybe I am.
All right. What's next?
I don't know. There's a lot of free agents out there. The Bears are looking at Drew Dahlman, the center from the Titans. They're saying he could sign, but of course they did. Yeah. They also said in the same tweet that Khalil Mack was going to be signed today as well. So they're 0 for 1 on that. Myles Garrett is a Lion, and I thought I was one that kind of started, but I don't think I was, because I searched one and done pride, and a bunch of other posts came up. So I'm done with the one pride. I think I dislike it.
My earpiece is coming out. Sorry, I can't get this.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I don't like the one pride. The hashtag one pride. I went one and done pride. I think that's going to be. Anytime I post something about the Lions from now, it's one and done.
I think that was a Decker and Dick's original. I think we did.
Yeah, I think we actually did. Yeah.
Yeah, we started.
But I just think Detroit had their chance. They still have some great athletes there, but I don't see Goff doing what he did last year again. I think Goff is he's on his downhill now.
You are 100% correct, buddy. Once BJ blew to the Bears, it started to go down.
Well, and you look at, you always look at free agents want to go here, want to go here. Mm-hmm. You haven't had any defensive players say, "Look, I want to go to Detroit."
Right.
Haven't seen that.
You don't.
You had Myles Garrett. That man, Detroit had him signed, sealed, delivered. Fans were making up T-shirts for it, and he gone.
Max Crosby, same thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you stay in Cleveland and Las Vegas, two teams that are
you take bigger money
to stay on a losing team.
Yeah. What does that tell you? Detroit fans?
Yeah. But there are some guys that got paid. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like it was a divorce for sure. And I kind of was thinking that Garrett, if he was going to go to the Packers, and I was like, that's not good. That's not good.
No,
if he goes to the Packers. But,
so where do you got Cooper Kupp going?
So
you got Cooper Kupp coming to Minnesota?
No. I think he ends up in Green Bay because they missed out on those two big numbers, or those two big ones.
Yeah.
Yep. A guy like Cooper Kupp, he might be a little bit older, but I think he brings that leadership to the team, and I think that's what the Packers need with that Romeo.
But why do you think he's going to leave the Rams?
And then the other guy can't catch it.
Why do you think he leaves the Rams? Yeah. I don't think he leaves the Rams
because they cut him. They don't want him.
They're going to sign him.
You think he stays?
Teams cut guys for they probably called him and said, "Hey, we're going to cut you. You'll be fine. We'll sign you back at 12:01 Eastern time. Things will be good." Yeah, I see Cooper Kupp staying in, especially after the Davante Adams there. He's going to be a perfect number 3 receiver there.
Buddy. Yeah. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I don't think he's staying with the Rams. There's been too much talk about it already. So
yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean that's
You're high and dry. So you're like really going slow. So I wonder if it's me.
Am I? Oh, it might be.
Yeah,
everything's running smooth here, so I think we just
is it okay? Going. Yeah. I do have a meeting at 11 CST.
Okay, so are the Vikings going to make a splash today? Are you going to leave today after today and go, the Vikings got better today? And if it is, will it be one of the big name quarterbacks? Will it be a defensive player? What's it going to be?
I think if they make a splash, it's going to be a big offensive tackle, somebody on the line to come in. I don't think they're going to go for defense yet. With I was thinking maybe they would go after like a Gus Edwards or a J.K. Dobbins, because they were free agents, but now signing Aaron Jones again. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I do like Aaron Jones coming back, but they can't use him as much as they used him last year. But I think they're going to get somebody that's going to be able to, Aaron Jones can, when you need 4 yards, he gets you 4 yards, but they can't rely on him the whole season like they did last year because he's going to break down. But I think we'll get ourselves a pretty decent offensive lineman out of the deal today.
Yeah.
That's my thought. What about your Bears?
I think the Bears are going to get, they'll go get their center today. I think they'll get Lyman or Dahlman. And other than that,
need a running back, Nolan? Do they need a running back?
They'll get one in the draft.
Okay.
I think they're going to roll with Swift. I believe Keenan Allen's coming back, so I think the wide receivers are set. They'll probably make a splash at tight end. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything out there, but
that's not the guy.
Huh? No, I think Kmet is, but in the past, the last 5-10 years, they've had, Mercedes Lewis and Gerald Everett. Two veterans, but I think Cole Kmet's probably learned enough stuff from those guys. They can now bring in a second guy that great pass protector, great route runner.
We take you now to Kermit the Frog with another fast-breaking news story.
I was just going to say that Aaron Jones has been dropped from the Dakota Bears.
No, not yet. Not yet. Viking fans are waiting on their seats for that one. Because if he stays with the Bears, it's not going to be a good season for Aaron Jones. So I'm going to do some shopping. If I could get a first-round pick for him in the keeper draft, I might pull the trigger on it.
I didn't know. I thought it was a done deal. This text says it was a done deal. My sources are pretty good.
Yeah. No, after driving all the way to Fargo and back, your mind gets rolling and you just think, what? I think I can get some valuable picks for Aaron Jones.
I figured you'd like that breaking news. That was pretty good.
Exactly. I thought something was happening. I'm like, all right, here we go. He's going to break something here really quick. They do have a tweet out there. These are what some of these high-profile free agent guys said. Max Crosby, I want to play for a winner. Signs with the Raiders. Myles Garrett, I'm done with the Browns. Signs again with the Browns.
Yep.
DK, I want to play somewhere warm with a good quarterback. And he signs with Pittsburgh. No quarterback, cold weather. It's all about the money, man. It's all about the money. I can't read that. You're on Blur.
It's a dollar sign. It's a dollar. It's a dollar sign.
It's all about the almighty dollar, man. Especially at their age. Now, if you're 23 years old, you're going to go jump in and get a splash with Detroit or somewhere else. But when you're in your 30s on your last contract, I'm taking the $160 million, and if I get hurt, I get hurt.
Taking it to the bank.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Raiders are in that bad of a position, are they? Do you? I think with Pete Carroll coming in there, maybe getting themselves a halfway decent quarterback out of the draft. I don't know.
If they can get a quarterback out of the draft. I don't know.
Which they should be able to.
They should be able to, yeah. Because I didn't have anybody going to the Raiders, did I?
I don't know.
Did you have anybody going to the Raiders?
No. Geno Smith now. They don't need it.
Oh, yeah, they got Geno. Yeah.
Geno Smith's a Raider, but he's not,
Raiders are fine.
But they're still going to draft a rookie, I would imagine. Yeah. Hey, what about Cousins? We didn't talk about him. You think Falcons are going to keep him, or they're going to trade him off?
Cousins could end up in Minnesota.
Kirk will change.
Maybe he goes to Minnesota.
Oh, shut your.
You're supposed to cut me out, not you.
Well, I'm going to let you talk your smack.
Cousins. So he's a free agent, or is he in Atlanta? So he got one more year in Atlanta, 2 more years, or
He's
they
got
cut
2
him?
more years, but they could trade him. They could. Cut him.
So He's fine. He's fine in Atlanta. Penix will get hurt probably.
Make it a Super Bowl.
I'm going to make a prediction right now because Detroit Lions fans can. So I'm going to tell you Montez Sweat and Trey Hendrickson are going to be the biggest end duos in the NFL.
Wow.
So the Bears will be
getting
trading
that
for
from somebody?
Hendrickson later on today.
Is your Chicago source giving you that little?
I got a couple sources that had just tweeted that out, and I'm like, I thought about that last night. I'm thinking, will the Bears splash there, or will they look for something in the draft? But both the Bears and Vikings have a boatload of money.
Yep.
So one of, if not both, are going to make splashes today, I would think. And those are the years when I say it, the Bears don't make a splash. So I don't know. Hoping for something today. Hoping for something I can just fist pump and go, yes.
That's what's his name cooking.
Yes.
Because he doesn't.
Poles, yeah.
I think
Poles
Za'Darius
is cooking when he's sleeping, man.
I think Za'Darius comes to the Bears so he can be on all four Central Division or North Division teams.
I think
I'm telling you.
Probably wouldn't be bad. Detroit treated him pretty poorly.
Yeah, well, that wasn't good at all.
So then you've got two of your D-backs. Isn't two of your D-backs free agents? They sound like they're going to sign elsewhere.
I think Murphy's gone. Harrison Smith wants to play. I don't know if how do you a guy like that, Nolan? Fan favorite. I know you're not a fan of him, but
no, don't say that. I've learned to like the guy.
Okay.
At first,
one time you were not a fan.
At one time when he was like a big time headhunter, he was injuring people. And then you kind of get to see him as a veteran, and I think he's a leader.
Yeah. And he wants to play. Do you sign him for one more year? I mean, I still think
I don't think they do because he's already said his goodbyes to Minnesota, didn't
he? Pretty much, yeah. I mean, but so did Cooper Kupp. But you're saying he's coming back to the Rams? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How about Adam Thielen? Is he coming back to the Vikings? They say Carolina might cut him. I don't think they want him back. I don't think you ask for him back, do you?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's how do you the fan favorites? Do you or don't you? Like who's a Bear that is like at the end of his tenure and deserves one more year, or isn't there one?
No, there really isn't. I think the Bears have really gotten young.
Okay.
We don't have
you don't
Charles
have a
Tillman or any of those guys on there anymore. So
yeah.
Chase Young is also a name that could come to the Bears.
He's out there.
He could come to the Bears.
Him and Sweat didn't do too well for the Skins when they were together.
Yeah, but when you come to Chicago,
but they didn't like each other though.
Oh, that's all media.
I don't know, buddy.
I mean, they were fine at the Christmas party when we were there.
Okay, well,
I know we watched from afar, but
yeah, well, we didn't want to get too close.
Chris Godwin's out there. Who else?
Was Lockett still out there, or were they going to re-sign him?
Lockett, I think, is still out there. I don't know if they'll sign him. He was due like $17 million, so I think that's why Seattle cut a lot of money. I'd be very interested to see the updated NFL cap space.
Okay. Here's a poll that they had out. Say, which free agent quarterback should the Steelers target? Did you see who the number one pick was in that? Justin Fields, 36%. Sam Darnold, 26%.
Really? Rodgers nowhere in the mix?
Rodgers is at 21%. Rodgers was third with 21%. So I don't know, buddy. But yeah, so far so slow going on here. Oh
yeah,
we do have Jonathan Allen. A source tells Jeremy Fowler that Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen plans to visit the Minnesota Vikings.
He's old though, isn't he?
He was released by the Washington. Yeah. 19 tackles.
Keep an eye on
sacks.
Trey Hendrickson. Wouldn't be surprised if the Bears end up being his landing spot. I think he did say there's 3 teams he wants to play for. Chicago was one of them. So I don't know.
Was it? Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. So,
but that could be a
all
smoke
right.
screen.
Well, I got to get ready for a meeting, my man.
All right.
It could be.
Biggest day of the year, and we can't be on.
But well,
because I'm leaving, you're leaving.
Well, we can.
I'm on the road this afternoon, so
I can set up another studio. Yeah, if you can do it from your phone, and we can chat. You drive
Probably
and text all the time. Yeah, I'll let you.
You
know.
do? Check.
All right, brother.
All right. I said you do that all the time.
Only if Becky's not in the car because she doesn't let me text while I'm driving.
I could tell.
I can't answer the phone either. Hey, Roger.
Yo,